and on the campaign website www.iguagame.com. Also there's press release, a couple of press releases there. You can help yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome everybody. Can I just check, are we okay to conduct this press conference in English? Does anybody need translation? No? Okay. If you'd like to start, the manager's here to take your questions on the game, please.
Jose, first question, I guess, is how's the team looking? What's the update with Mourinho Fellaini, who was absent against them?
Fellaini didn't train yesterday, and let's see if he can today. He's a very important player for me, much more important than what you can imagine. I feel weaker without Fellaini in my squad. Doesn't matter if it is on the pitch or if it is on the bench. So if his conditions improved, he will be selected because I need him. But in this moment, I cannot say yet.
Just clarify what this is. Is it a recurrence of his calf issues?
Yeah. He had a problem in the national team, and then he played a match against Greece, and after the match, he felt the problem.
Just saying, you confirmed that Chris Smalling and Victor Lindelof are going to play. How big an opportunity is it for them, given they've not played so far this season?
It's not an opportunity, it's just normal. I don't think Bailly and Jones are better than them. I think they are the same level. They are just different players, but probably, even if Jones and Bailly were not suspended, probably I would still play Lindelof and Smalling tomorrow, because as I was saying, for me they are the same level. It was just a question of option, and we were playing one match per week, so playing one match per week, I never felt reasons to make changes, but I play them tomorrow, and for me it's exactly the same as Bailly and Jones.
Jose, with Victor, he's obviously new to the country. How difficult is the transition? Because he obviously hasn't played for a while.
I think it's easier for him to play Champions League. It's more comparable to the Portuguese style of football we play in the Portuguese league. More differences in relation to the Premier League. So no need to adapt to Champions League. Needs a little bit of time to adapt to the Premier League, especially to the new Premier League. And intelligent kid, very bright, very calm. He knows that step by step is going to be there. But for tomorrow, I am more than confident, and I know that he's more than confident. And he's a very good player with a very good potential. And honestly, I think there are reasons for the other boys, Eric, Jones. I think there are reasons for them to be worried, because Victor is a very good player.
Jose, you ended last season with Sergio Romero as your goalkeeper in Europe. Is there a chance that you may do something similar this year with Sergio playing Champions League games and David in the Premier League?
No. I do what I think is the best for the team. I don't like that clear separation of I play this competition, you play that competition. And I think in this moment David is really well, is really confident, and I go with David tomorrow again.
Jose, what does it mean to be back in the Champions League? Last year, of course, it was Europa League, but it is about the Champions League. You've won it twice with two other clubs. You could possibly win it with a third club and make a bit of history. So how do you kind of wrap up what it feels to you to be back in this?
You know, I enjoy Europa League. I respected Europa League. It was not just about trying to win it to qualify for Champions League. It was also about give credibility to the competition, give a strong Manchester United in a competition that obviously is not the most important competition in Europe. To be back to Champions League is just go back to the natural habitat. Manchester United, season after season. Myself, I only play Europa League twice. Apart of that, I always play Champions League. For some players, is to go back. For other players, is the motivation of play Champions League for the first time. So yes, we look forward to the match tomorrow, and I hope also Old Trafford feels it in the same way we are feeling.
James?
Jose, you're planning for a season with Manchester United and in France.
To shout.
Manchester lost his job in the last couple of hours. Thanks for your thoughts were on that. He's a Premier League manager. He's got a safe planning season. He's now on the foot.
That's the world where we are. That's the world where we are. That's the world where many of you enjoy and also contribute for the kind of pressure that managers are involved. But in football, nothing surprised me. Nothing surprised me. I was sacked as a champion. Ranieri was sacked as a champion. Frank de Boer is sacked after 4 matches, and next season something incredible will happen again. So nothing surprised me.
Jose, is it Manchester United used to be playing Champions League and going to latter stages, season in, season out. They knew what to expect. Is it going to take a couple of seasons for your team to get used to it again, or can it make an impact straight away, do you think?
Champions League?
Yes.
Well, I think motivation is very important, and of course motivation is very high. I think in the Champions League there are 4 or 5 teams with an incredible level of quality, of experience, of know-how, and that's what makes the difference. Apart of that, there are many teams in the Champions League that are very similar to teams in Europa League. In fact, Feyenoord, Anderlecht, we played them last year in the Europa League. They were champions in their countries, and now they are playing in the Champions League. So there are many teams with similar qualities. So we have to try to qualify. We have to try to go to the last 16 and enjoy that special knockout phase with the best teams in Europe.
Jose, following on from that, Ander Herrera was talking after the game with Stoke, saying that if the players have to be humble, given you come from the Europa League. But can Manchester United ever afford to go into a competition with low expectations, such as those, such as being humble?
You know, low expectations. Low expectations is think that we cannot win tomorrow, and we think we can. Be humble is to admit that the opponent has the same ambition as we have, and that the opponent can perfectly come here like they did in the past and give Manchester United a bad taste. But you know, we go to this match thinking that we can win. We will go to the second match in Moscow thinking that we can win. We will go to Lisbon in the third match thinking we can win. Then, you know, we consider that we can win every match, and that's what we are going to try. But to say in this moment that we are candidates of this, candidates of that, we are just candidates of winning the match tomorrow.
Yeah, Jose, maybe a few words on your opponents tomorrow. I mean, they might not be the greatest memories for you, but how have you studied them and how do you rate them?
You know, I would change I would perfectly accept what happened with me the last time I played them. I played them and I lost the match in Basel and I drew the match in London, but we qualify. So for me what matters is to qualify, is not the direct relation with a certain opponent club. So we want to qualify, and that's the most important thing. A different story is the story between Basel and Manchester United. When the last time Basel qualified with Benfica in the group phase, and Manchester United went to the Europa League, that's a different story. But I think we are strong, we are playing well, we have good confidence in ourselves, and we think, in spite of the match is difficult tomorrow, we think that we have enough quality to win.
Jose, a lot has been said over the last few years about the performance of Premier League clubs in Europe in the Champions League, how it's gone downhill, and managers often talk about the intensity of the Premier League and the fixture list and that kind of thing. But is there, when you've been looking from the outside, whether from Europa League or from another club, have you felt that there are areas where English teams need to improve?
No, we are speaking about this for a long, long time, and there is nothing to do. So I think there is obviously a waste of time to be speaking about what we could do because we cannot do. You know, it's as simple as that. So we have to face what we have. We have to admit that there are differences in relation to other countries. That's obvious. But there is nothing to do. That's the way it is.
Okay, last two questions, one here and one over there.
Just going back to that, it seems from the late 1990s there's a gap starting between the Spanish clubs and Bayern Munich to the English clubs after a period of English dominance. Do you think, in general, the English clubs have some making up to do in order to challenge for this trophy?
The only thing I can say is that Real Madrid last year played the last month in La Liga with the second team. They could do it. They could do it. And they arrive in the Champions League final with a fresh team. Juventus, because they were champions in Italy with 3 months in advance, they could play the last month with the second team and arrive fresh also for the quarter-final, semi-final, final of the Champions League. English teams, normally that's impossible because normally the competition goes very strong until the end. No transfer, no winter break, and in other countries winter break. But that's cultural, means a lot, and I have to admit that I love it. I know that goes against us, but I have to admit that I love the English Christmas period for football. And then the fact that we have to play many times with 2 days before the big matches in Europe, while other countries, they protect their clubs. Like, for example, Benfica played Friday. Benfica played Friday night. In Portugal, we always do that. In Italy, we always do that. There are some countries in Germany, in France, Paris Saint-Germain played Friday. That happens all the time. But, you know, no complaining. This is what we have. We have squads. If we think the players are tired, we have to play with other players.
Okay, last question.
Jose, can I just check on what you were saying about Fellaini before? Did you say that he fixed the problem before the Greece match?
Yes.
So he fixed the problem before and then played for Belgium?
Yes.
Is that concern from your point of view that Belgium are playing with a player who fixed or not?
When the players they go to the national team, they belong to the national team.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.